ABC for the Ozarks, keeping you connected. This is KSPR News at 6.
We are in storm mode right now. Things might be calm where you are, but may not stay that way for long. Good evening. I'm Jerry Jacob.
And I'm Lee Moody. Our chief meteorologist Kevin Luddy is tracking the storms right now and joins us with the latest. Kevin?
That's right. Some scattered, isolated storms kind of hanging out on the HD radar. We had some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. Those have expired, but we are still watching the radar here as a cold front dives to the south and east, and we're really watching the areas of northern Arkansas as a severe thunderstorm watch is still in effect for Newton, Searcy, and Stone County until 8 p.m. The counties in Missouri that were once under a watch are no longer. You're in the clear. Still may find a couple of showers before the evening is all said and done. The front has not made it to Branson yet. It is 86 degrees down there, 90 when you factor in that humidity. Again, the best opportunity for storms this evening looks to be across northern Arkansas, with temperatures eventually cooling off. Major cool down. We'll talk about how cool we're going to get and when a record low could arrive coming up a little bit later. Jerry?
Thanks, Kevin. A 16-year-old boy from Rockaway Beach is dead. The Boone County, Arkansas Sheriff's Department says he drowned over the weekend. A dive team found the teen's body yesterday in a swimming area of Cricket Creek Park on Table Rock Lake. The team found the body in 9 feet of water. We now know the name of the 4-year-old who fell from a third-story Springfield building and died.
Ashton Twibell died this morning. Police say he fell last night at the Lofts of Seville in downtown. They say Twibell pushed a screen out of an open window on the 3rd floor and fell. Parents walking by the building today were upset about what happened and say they'll be changing things at their homes.
It's a child, and it's hard when you lose a child.
There needs to be something. I know when I've worked in daycares, you know, your windows can't be very high, and they have to have locks on them that the kids can't open. So, I mean, maybe other people will start doing that so something like this can't happen again.
Twibell would have been 5 years old next week. Springfield police told us this afternoon they are still looking into what happened. A Springfield man is behind bars tonight, charged with raping several underage girls. Court papers say deputies first learned about Tyler Coons when he Facebook messaged a girl he'd met at a skating rink. Investigators asked Facebook for Coons' messages and got back 8,000 pages of private messages. Court papers say most of the messages were inappropriate and sent to girls between 11 and 17 years old. Deputies say the 23-year-old would claim to be younger on Facebook. When investigators asked him about it, they say Coons claimed he did it so the girls, quote, wouldn't think he was a pedophile, end quote. Deputies also say Coons admitted to having sex with several of the girls. He is charged with sodomy, enticement of a child, and 5 counts of statutory rape. He's in jail on $175,000 bond.
A Mountain Grove man could now be facing charges in the deaths of a father and son in Laclede County. Prosecutors say Matthew Rumbaugh shot Chad Gerber and his 15-year-old son Riley in the head last week. Rumbaugh has been charged with killing the father, but no murder charges yet for Riley, who died this weekend. KSPR's Lauren Posen is in Laclede County with how the teen's death changes this investigation.
Jerry, inside these walls is where Michael Rumbaugh is. He's the Mountain Grove man accused of murder. We found out today that he has a public defender and now could be facing 2 counts of murder.
We've got a good case on him. Prosecutor's got a good case on him, so we're going from there. And I'm sure the prosecutor's going to look at upping the charges from assault to either murder first or murder second.
The sheriff says the shooting that left this father and son dead wasn't random. It was personal. Rumbaugh told investigators he was waiting for Chad Gerber's wife to leave him, and that's why he shot Gerber in the head.
Father, Chad, he was shot and killed first, and then from what we've gathered, the boy was shot second. And we don't know if it's in the bedroom, the hallway. He was found in his bedroom.
Rumbaugh was caught by deputies 4 hours later. Investigators talked with his son. He told them his father said, quote, Chad Gerber wasn't going to be bothering anyone anymore. A Gerber family spokesman says there are some legal things that need to be handled before they will address what happened.
The sheriff is meeting with the Gerber family today to try to get some more information, and he's still looking for that murder weapon. Jerry?
Matthew Rumbaugh is in the Laclede County Jail without bond. We looked to see if Rumbaugh had a history with the law. There were a few traffic tickets and a divorce earlier this year.
Happening now, the search is on for an inmate who escaped in the Ozarks. Police say Nick Gamblin managed to get his hands from behind his back while in a Stratford police car last week. He is 5'6" and weighs about 130 pounds. Gamblin was being brought to Greene County on several charges, including assault and robbery. KSPR's Matt Berman joins us live in our studio with new information on the search for Gamblin. Matt?
Well, Lee, here's what we know. It's been 4 days since Nick Gamblin escaped from the back of that patrol car, and Springfield police say there is currently no active perimeter set up for the search. Now, as it turns out, this is his 3rd escape from custody. He first escaped in February of 2013 from the Highway Patrol. In June of this year, he escaped from the Springfield PD and managed to get inside a Subway restaurant before being recaptured. And last Thursday, Gamblin was being taken back to Greene County by Stratford police when he managed to open the back door and jump out while the car slowed at a stoplight. This happened on Division and Sherman in North Springfield. Today, we spoke with Stratford Police Chief Justin Webster, who says he learned about the previous escape attempts too late.
I personally was not aware of that. The officers who transported originally said that they were not notified that he was a flight risk or an escape risk. He escaped from one of our cars, so we're gonna take the blame where the blame's needed on that end of it. But we're not looking to pass the buck or to put anything on any other agency. We weren't given that information. However, officers didn't ask either. So it's one of those things that communication, I think, needs to improve on, especially in situations like that.
Again, Gamblin is 5'6" and weighs 130 pounds. He was last seen heading south on Sherman and Springfield, but Webster believes he is likely out of his handcuffs and could have changed his appearance by now. Anyone with information on Nick Gamblin's whereabouts is urged to call 911. We'll continue to keep you posted as we get any new updates. Lee?
Thanks, Matt. We did call Springfield Police today to ask about the case because they are taking the lead in the investigation. But when we asked for an interview, officers said they would not be doing any on-camera interviews for this story.
A Memphis, Tennessee man has pleaded guilty tonight for running a cargo theft scheme, including thefts in Missouri. Earl Nunn was the owner of New World Trucking. Police say he and his ring stole cargo in different states by bobtailing. They would drive a truck without the semi attached and look for unattended semis at road stops. Then they'd hook up the loads and take off. The West Plains theft happened at the Snappy Mart truck stop. That semi had more than $73,000 worth of canned corn inside. Nunn's nephew and son have already pleaded guilty in the same case. The FBI says it still plans more charges against the people who helped them in several states, including in Arkansas and Missouri.
The governor has just said no to a bill that would have armed teachers. It was one of several Governor Nixon took last-minute action on this afternoon. The bill he vetoed would have allowed specially trained teachers and administrators in schools to carry concealed guns. In a statement this evening, the governor said arming teachers will not make our schools safer. He also said no today to making e-cigarettes illegal to buy if you're under 18. The governor says the FDA is about to step in anyway to regulate e-cigarettes and add warning labels. Governor did sign several other bills. One will allow Missouri schools to adopt what's known as the Common Core standards. People with epilepsy who can't be treated other ways will now be able to use marijuana oil. And a third bill will allow terminally ill patients to use drugs not yet approved by the FDA. Lawmakers will head back to Jefferson City in September, where they could vote to overturn Nixon's vetoes. Police chief in the Ozarks is set to go on trial.
Still to come on KSPR News at 6, what prosecutors say he did to land him on the wrong side of the law.
And a couple of showers still showing up here as we look at the satellite and radar picture. There's still a small little window for maybe a strong storm or two. We're going to be tracking some of the activity for you here coming up. In the meantime, let's recap today where we saw high temperatures make it into the mid-80s. Now that's still below normal. And how about that record of 113? Yeah, that's one of the warmest temperatures we've seen here in the Ozarks. We'll talk about the storms, the possible record low, and when rain returns this week, coming up.
You're watching KSPR News at 6 with Jerry Jacob, Lee Moody, Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy, and Sports with Hugh Keaton. KSPR, keeping you connected.
The cool down is about to begin, is it not?
Yeah, it's getting here. Cold front coming through as we speak around Springfield right now. And then the cooler air will arrive as early as tonight, actually. When we leave tonight at 10 o'clock,
we're going to feel it.
You start to feel pretty good. The humidity levels will be coming down. But what we're doing is we're still tracking some storms, okay? There's a little thunderstorm over here into portions of northeast Oklahoma that actually has a warning on it. But right now, this front that's pretty much right along Interstate 44 and diving south, well, it's not triggering a whole lot. There's still some opportunities down here in northern Arkansas for the potential of a couple of severe storms. We had some of those earlier. Portions of Newton, Searcy County had a warning, but currently no warnings. But again, we've still got a couple of showers here kind of lingering behind the front itself. As we go throughout tonight, these storms coming to an end as the front moves through, ending the chances, obviously, of any severe weather, and also the chances of rain for tomorrow. And as we head into Wednesday, it looks like as well. So again, for tonight, there's still a severe thunderstorm watch way down here, Newton, Searcy, Stone, until 8 p.m. So about an hour and 49 minutes or so with that watch in effect. The rest of us, we're looking okay. Threat track again, we're keeping things just at a 3. If those storms can develop, the rest of us here just a 2. You may find a shower, maybe a lightning strike here or there, but most areas will remain dry. Now we look ahead to the next chance of rain. That occurs on Thursday. Now it does look like maybe some of the better chances of the rain will occur down here from Harrison to Mountain Home, maybe some lighter activity up here to the north, but that will be our next chance of rain. Overall, though, our temperatures are going to continue to stay very cool as that cold front ushers in much cooler air. This is just unheard of for mid-July to be about 15 degrees below average. But we are going to do that here over the next couple of days. We start tomorrow, 56 degrees in the morning, working our way into the mid-70s for highs. That's it. And we'll do the same thing here on Wednesday pretty much. And we'll come up a little bit more each and every single day. As we head, especially towards the weekend, we'll find readings back to the mid-80s by Sunday. But again, normal is still 89. So all week, we will find high temperatures at or below normal standards. Outside tonight, we've still got some clouds. That front, like I said, it's like right on top of Springfield as we speak. So if a shower does develop, I wouldn't be surprised. We're not worried about severe weather up here. Partly cloudy, bit of a north wind at 17. And again, the dew points. Okay, this is the number we like to look at because it tells us how much moisture is in the atmosphere. 50 is starting to show up here. We're still in kind of the low and mid 60s here, some 70s down here. So depending upon where you are, either you're still in the very muggy, kind of humid atmosphere, or things are improving. And we're going to be back to this comfortable level before you know it. But right now, still pretty uncomfortable across the area. 75 in Camdenton. The front moving through there, but it's not made it to Branson. You had 86 degrees. When you factor in the humidity, feels like 90. So as you go out tonight, if you're basically north of Springfield, you're clear. You're good to go as far as any rainfall goes. The best chances for severe storms, northern Arkansas. The rest of us clearing out, cooling off. 67 at 11 o'clock with 56 eventually for that low, with a couple of evening storms and then just a beautiful day tomorrow, mostly sunny and 76. Now your 7-day forecast shows that next round of rain for Thursday, but then temperatures creeping back up again. Yeah, all good things come to an end here. It is mid-July, 90 by next Monday. But if I can squeeze out 6 days in mid-July of below average temperatures, I will take a few days of 90 degrees coming up. But that's what's going to happen. So we are creeping back up just in time for the Ozark Empire Fair.
This is going to feel great, though, isn't it? This is going to feel wonderful outside.
I can't tell the last time I'm going to be able to open up my windows on, July 16th. When it's going to be 55 degrees.
Save some cash on the power bill.
Hopefully. Yep.
So good news. Thanks, Kev.
Arkansas police chief set to go to trial tomorrow. Stay tuned to find out what he's accused of when KSPR News at 6 returns.
A police chief in Arkansas is supposed to go on trial tomorrow.
He's charged with using excessive force during an arrest. Daniel Sutterfield is the police chief in Shoals. He's set to appear in a federal court in Harrison. Sutterfield is accused of kicking and stomping on a man and using a stun gun on him while he was handcuffed. Chief is also accused of trying to cover it up by ordering an officer to make up records. Sutterfield has pleaded not guilty. A Missouri death row inmate is scheduled to die this week. John Middleton is set to die by lethal injection on Wednesday. Middleton killed a North Missouri man in 1995. A Springfield group is planning a demonstration against the death penalty tomorrow at noon. Members say the event will include a vigil for victims of violent crimes.
Workers at Silver Dollar City are mourning the death of a longtime employee there and a friend. Ray Johnson has been a part of Silver Dollar City for 26 years. He was a bladesmith and a poet. Johnson was from Oregon County, Missouri. He was a welder and started making knives in 1983. Silver Dollar City says Johnson had a heart of gold and always had a poem to share. The search continues tonight for a missing Missouri woman. Lynn Messer walked away from her family farm near Bloomsdale on July 8th. They say she has a broken right toe and was not wearing her walking boot when she left home. Her purse and cell phone were left behind. She's the wife of Carrie Messer, a state lobbyist and president of the Missouri Family Network. If you have any information on Messer's location, call 911. 2 more earthquakes today in parts of Oklahoma.
That makes 9 in that same area just since Saturday night. Most of them were about 3.0 on the magnitude scale. They were around Guthrie, Jones, and Langston, all about a half hour from Oklahoma City. One quake earlier on Saturday was a 4.3. No one has been hurt. You can look at earthquake information right on your phone on our KSPR weather app. All you have to do is go to settings at the top and turn earthquake on in the overlays section. You can download our KSPR weather app for free, either in the App Store or at KSPR.com. All-Star break is here, but that means more time in the spotlight for one Cardinal.
Here where Adam Wainwright puts starting the All-Star game among the highlights of his career. Next in sports. First, though, Kevin again with the weather epic.
Well, some of you, if you were out early this morning, you probably saw scenes like this. There was a lot of fog around this morning, and Glenda Warfield capturing some of that fog from this morning here in the Ozarks. If you've got photos, always share them with us. You can do that a couple different ways. First, through email, weather@kspr.com, or look us up Facebook and Twitter. Just search for KSPR Weather. Sports is coming up next. When severe storms threaten, KSPR goes into storm mode.
We're live streaming online at KSPR.com as soon as we spot the first storm.
Sharing life-saving information with you on Facebook and Twitter.
Take shelter.
Breaking in to show you where the most severe storms will hit with our HD Doppler radar.
Immediate weather information on air, online at KSPR.com, and anytime, anywhere with the KSPR weather app.
KSPR storm mode, keeping you safe, keeping you connected.
Now, KSPR Sports.
Let's start with a big award for the Cardinals ace. Adam Wainwright is going to start tomorrow night's All-Star game for the National League. And why not? He's 12-4 with a 1.3 earned run average and 3 complete games so far this season. He's the 11th Cardinal to start the game.
Aside from having the ability to win 2 World Series with the St. Louis Cardinals, I think this has got to be one of the highlights of my baseball career to this point. Just one of the coolest things I could ever say I did was to start the Big League All-Star game, and I'm just incredibly happy and fortunate to be placed in this situation. I can't wait to go out and hopefully lead our National League squad to a victory.
He'll need some help from his lineup to get that done. Manager Mike Matheny released the batting order today. Reigning MVP Andrew McCutchen of the Pirates will lead off. Giancarlo Stanton from the Marlins is your designated hitter. And 3 of the final 4 batters are Milwaukee Brewers, although if Yadier Molina were healthy, he'd be starting at catcher in place of Jonathan Lucroy. And trying to strike all of them out for the American League will be King Felix Hernandez, a former Cy Young winner, who's leading the surprising Mariners bid for a playoff spot this year with an 11-2 record and a 2.12 ERA so far. Backing him up will be the captain, Derek Jeter, in his final All-Star appearance. And following him are 8 guys who can tear the cover off the baseball, including Mike Trout, Robinson Cano, Miguel Cabrera, and then a pair of Orioles hit 6th and 7th, and Salvador Perez of the Royals gets the start behind the dish for the American League, batting 9th. And if the World Cup got you in the mood for some soccer, you're in luck. Evangel is adding men's and women's soccer for the first time since 1974. They plan to have a team ready for the 2015-16 season. And if you knew when the last time Evangel had a soccer team was, sign up to play Sports Jeopardy at the Ozark Empire Fair. We've done this before, but we're getting serious about it this year. You have until this Friday to go to ozarksportszone.com, answer our 10-question qualifying quiz, And the top 18 will move on and play Saturday the 26th at the fair. We've got great prizes to give away to the winners, including a boatload of ice cream and a gift card to Play It Again Sports. So guys, hit the books, dust up on some sports, take a quiz, get some ice cream. Day made.
This is local sports knowledge.
This is everything. We understand not everything is as geeky as maybe I am with local high school, but you know, if you've got Hall of Fame, you know, national sports knowledge, put it to the test.
All right.
Thanks, Bobby.
Celebrating a World Cup win. Stay tuned to see how this Italian farmer is congratulating Germany's soccer team. KSPR News at 6. We'll be right back. Coming up tonight on KSPR News at 10.
A woman asks for help after a crash sent her son to the ICU. We'll let you know what witnesses saw as a truck hit a man on a motorcycle in Springfield last week. Plus, the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office has released an update on a child's remains found in Dixon last year. We'll show you an artist's rendering of what the child might have looked like. That all coming up on KSPR News at 10. We are still in storm mode, Kevin.
That's right. We've still got a few counties with a watch in effect, but I tell you what, most of the activities there into Oklahoma right now. There's a severe thunderstorm warning over there. We've still got Newton, Searcy, Stone County with a watch until 8 p.m. Otherwise, the cooler air arrives late tonight, and the next few days looking awesome.
Well, the folks in Germany are celebrating the first World Cup there in 24 years.
And a land artist in Italy has found an interesting way to congratulate the team. He used his tractor to create a depiction of the FIFA trophy the German soccer team won last night, beating Argentina 1-0. This land artist has created other famous pieces this way, including portraits of Barack Obama and Pope Francis.
He's there in Italy. I wouldn't think that'd be very popular, but he does a good job.
So.
That's KSPR News at 6. We'll be back at 10.
For news anytime, check out KSPR.com. The Big Bang Theory is next.
Keep connected with urgent news. Follow KSPR on Twitter.